I started back about 5 years ago when we founded the Naked Combos. Before then, I had my educational background in engineering. I attended University of Lagos, after which I did my master's in media and communication at the Pan-Atlantic University. And after that, I worked a bit in various organizations in marketing and comms and all of that before deciding to set up the Naked Combos in 2010. TNC, the Naked Combos, is an online open forum. We call it the Art and Opinion magazine now because we've graduated over time to become that. But initially we started out to be an online forum where young people could come together to discuss various subjects in terms of things like religion, culture, politics, sports, music, without being judged, because we found out that there was no platform online or offline at that point in time where young people could, openly discuss. There's a lot of stereotypes and a lot of mindsets in this society. A lot of people just feel certain things should not be spoken about in public whatsoever or in any way whatsoever. So what we did was to ease into it. First of all, the idea was to attract as many people as possible. So we found a lot of interesting topics or that were not so risque per se. And we got people online onto the platform and people started talking about that. And bit by bit, we started introducing those kind of topics. We'll sound people off and see how people responded to them. And bit by bit, people started warming up to it and they started identifying the platform as one where they felt safe to express themselves in different ways. For TNC, the reception was not, it didn't start out very warm and very friendly, I'll say that much, because of course we're doing something new, something no one was doing. I remember one of the first major opinion pieces published on the site had something to do with young women engaging in affairs with married men and things like that. And even I was surprised at how people were interested in airing their dirty laundry, quote unquote, and we had a lot of backlash from people on social media, people out there, and everyone, because it was something that wasn't done often. You don't see people just come out to say what they've done, what they've been up to in the dark and all of that. So a lot of people felt we were encouraging a lot of negativity and a lot of things like that. But over time, people then eased into it and they understood that, look, people need to talk, people need to express their opinions and say, okay, fine, this and this is what I've done, this is why I've done it, and whether it's good or bad is left for you to decide. Okay, so it's not just the local people, not Nigeria alone. As far as West Africa and even other parts of Africa, we have visitors that come to the site to share their views, because at the end of the day, we're all African and we all have similar views on certain subjects. And also, I'll say it definitely has grown, and a lot of people are more into the fact that you can now go somewhere online and express yourself without feeling judged or whatsoever. Currently, I can tell you for the site, we have almost 3 million views monthly on the site. We have a database of about over 5,000 young people across West Africa that receive our newsletters daily. On social media, we're also very active on Twitter, on Facebook. We have a huge followership, and even our offline events. The last offline event we had December, we had about a couple of them. We have as much as 1,000 people attending these events nowadays. So I think in terms of numbers, we're doing very well. Why we decided to take TNC offline was very simple. I mean, we had to put faces, to conversations at some point in time, because at some point people, felt that disconnect. You can only go so far with online. You need to see people and encounter people one-on-one. So we started out with something we call the TNC series, which is pretty much like an offline replication of what we do on the site. we have a forum of young people. They come together and we pick a topic and then we discuss it, and then we also network. People get to meet each other, and it started out very small, and also people were a bit careful about it. But over time, we've seen that the numbers have grown, and right now we have a lot of people calling for us to do these events, even outside Lagos, outside Nigeria. What stands TNC out from other brands is the unique way we do our things. We try not to do things the same way others do it. I mean, because right from the startup, the brand has been known to be sort of like rebellious, sort of like doing things, breaking new grounds. Even from the brand identity, we did the brand identity almost backwards, so people will see we're almost non-conformist. If everyone does an event, we do it a different way, bring in different elements to it. If everyone, does an online community, we do it differently, publish original pieces, something different from what is out there right now. Some of the easiest resources you can start with are your friends and your family around you. So what I did was I looked amongst my friends and people who I felt had hidden talents in them. Some of them did not even know they could write or had not written before, and I walked up to them and I told them, you know what, I'm about to start something and I want you to come on board with me. And some of them were hesitant at first in that, just because they were scared that, look, I've not done anything like this, will I be good enough? And I was like, you know what, I haven't done it before too, but we can all start together and make something out of this. So I started out with friends, and when we started and we started getting the kind of reception we didn't even expect, it was easier then to approach other professionals in the field and say, look, we've started something, do you want to join us, do you want to come on board? And it was easy to convince people, and little by little we grew the team that way.
AMG baby.
And now, guys, we have another quick break, but when we get back, I have today's trivia question for you, and it's pretty easy, so stay tuned.